Welcome back. In our last video, I walk you guys through how we can add an expenses to the system. So today I'm going to be walking you guys through how we can use the accounting module of the system. So to use the accounting module of the system, we click on payment account, we click on list account. By clicking on the list account, the system will list out all the accounts that we have. Look at the account that we have so far. We have cash impress, we have cash control, we have feeding, we have first bank, local transport, money point, school uniform, Senate bank. So all these accounts they have their own specific purposes. Now, how do we create more accounts to the system? Before we start creating more accounts, there's something they call account type. And what is the account type? Account type can be an income, one can be expenses, one can be equity, one can be all sorts of. So for every account we have, we must have an account type. Now, how do we create an account type? You click on account type here. Look at the account type that we have so far. We have one for salary. Any money bouncing to this account type is for salary. We have one for income. Any money bouncing to this one is for income. We have impress. Any money we are having under this is for impress. That's for expenses. The same here we have an expenses. Any money bouncing to this account is for an expenses. Now, how do we create more accounts? We click on add button here. Now let's create account type. Let's say this one is for feeding. Then we click on save. We have created an account type. Now, how do we create an account? So from the accounts here, we click on add button. Then from here we give that account a name. Let's say feeding. You can decide to give it any name. So for the demo purpose, I'm going to be using the feeding. Then do we have account number? Let's say this account we are creating now is under the first bank. So anytime we want to spend money relating to feeding, we have to transfer the money out. So if there's any account number for this, you select it. If no, just put any random 0000 number here, because you can't leave this column a blank. Now, account type. Now let's look for the feeding that we just created. So feeding. Then as at the time you are creating this account, do you have any opening balance inside that account? If yes, you input the balance we are having left, and if no, you leave this column the way it is. Once you are done, you click on save. Now we have created a feeding account. Look at it here. We have created a feeding account. Now the balance inside this account, it is 0 naira, and from here we can check the account book. We can do fund transfer, like transfer money from any of these account that is having balance to this one that is not having a balance. We can deposit money. Let's say you go to bank to deposit a real money, you come back to the system and deposit the virtual money at the same time. You can even decide to close any of these accounts once you are no longer using them. Now, how do we do fund transfer? Now we are having, for under the cash control, we are having 1,000 naira. I want to deposit 5,000 naira from this cash control to the feeding account. How do we do it? You click on fund transfer. Now you are transferring money from this account to which of this account? To the feeding account. How much are you transferring? 5,000 naira. The date you are doing the transfer, you click on it. Then if you have any note, you type the note. If you have any evidence that you transfer the money, it might be the invoice, it might be the receipt, it might be anything. So if you have any evidence, you input the evidence here. Once you are done, you click on submit. Now let's see the magic. Now from our cash control, we are having like 100 plus. Now we are having 96,000 naira left. Then from our feeding, we have a 0 naira there. Now we are having 5,000 naira there. Now how do we do deposit? Now from our cash control, we have 96,000 naira, and this cash control, I have to deposit all the money there to our let's look for our first bank. Now I want to deposit money to this first bank. Look at the first bank, you click on deposit. Now deposit to first bank amount, I'm depositing 90,000 naira. 1 2 3 from From which account are you depositing that money? I'm depositing it from the cash control. The date you deposited the money, you select it. Once you are done, if there's any note, you type the note here. If you are okay, you click on submit. Now from our cash control, we have 6,000 naira left. From our first bank, we are having 54,000 naira left. I hope you guys understand what we have been doing so far. The fund transfer, the deposit, the account book. If I click on the account book, we'll see how the money is being flowing inside this cash control. Look at the cash flow. Down we have something called balance sheet. If you click on balance sheet, you check what is going on under all the accounts that we have. We have something called liability, we have something we call asset. Now we have something we call trial balance. Click on the trial balance, you check everything that is going on. We have debit, we have credit. Now if you click on cash flow, you see how money is being flowing into different account. Look at the first bank, the one we just deposited. Look at the tennis, look at the school uniform, how the money is being crediting, debiting. Now let's check the payment account report. Here we see the report for all the invoice, how the money. So these are the transactions we have done without linking them to account. On the real account, we supposed to not to see anything here. So thank you guys, see you some other time.